Welcome to Aid Worship Channel. Today we're going to look at how powerful men of God encountered during their lifetime, the untold pain behind Christian leaders who changed the world for Christ. Every great servant of God faced seasons of pain, rejection, and sacrifice. Their stories remind us that following Christ is not always easy, but God remains faithful. Kenneth Hagin. He begins his ministry at the age of 17 years. Kenneth Hagin experienced serious health problems as a child and spent years confined to bed. Despite his condition, he devoted himself to studying the Bible and believed God healed him. Throughout his ministry, some people criticized his teachings, but he continued preaching about faith and the promises of God. A.W. Tozer. He also begins his ministry at the age of 22 years. A.W. Tozer had little formal education and came from a humble background. He spent countless hours studying the Bible on his own while serving as a pastor. At times he was misunderstood because he challenged Christians to pursue a deeper, more devoted relationship with God rather than a comfortable religion. Smith Wigglesworth. Smith Wigglesworth grew up in poverty and had very little education. He struggled with reading until later in life. After the death of his beloved wife, Polly, he continued preaching despite his deep grief, trusting God to strengthen him during one of the hardest seasons of his life. Billy Graham. This man of God started his ministry at the age of 8 years. Unbelievable as a child, Billy Graham preached to millions around the world. But he also faced criticism from both religious leaders and secular critics. Some disagreed with his methods or public ministry. Through decades of pressure and worldwide attention, he remained committed to preaching the gospel of Jesus Christ. Benson Idahosa. One of the most powerful men of God in Africa, started his ministry at the age of 20 years. Benson Idahosa was born into poverty and faced rejection from an early age. According to accounts of his life, he overcame many hardships before entering ministry. As he preached across Africa, he encountered opposition, criticism, and difficult circumstances. Yet he continued sharing the gospel with courage. Oral Roberts battled illness when he was young and later faced many financial and public challenges while building his ministry. Some of his fundraising methods were controversial and drew criticism. Despite these difficulties, he continued preaching, praying for people, and encouraging faith in God. These men were not remembered because they lived easy lives. They were remembered because they trusted God through suffering, opposition, and hardship. Their stories remind us that faith is often tested before it becomes a testimony. No matter what trials we face, God can strengthen those who remain faithful to Him.